them right.
They have 3 o'clock, and go ahead and call to order our budget workshop, our meeting for today, February the 5th, 2026. And open it up for us. Invocation. And Father, we're grateful that we can be here today, dear Father, to conduct the county's business, and we're just praying for clear minds and good judgment, dear Lord, and that we can be the best stewards possible for our citizens and for our county, and that we're able to accomplish the tasks that are before us in these upcoming budget, dear Lord. And again, Father, just let us be good stewards and mindful of actions we take. We thank you for the beautiful weather you've given us and life you've given us here in this special area, dear Lord. And we just pray blessings upon our citizens and give you thanks in all things. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Please lead.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right. I think everybody's come in to have opportunity to look at the agenda. And if it's time, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair also aye. Okay, under new business, have the declaration of emergency need to rescind.
Yes, sir. Just have to rescind. There's a resolution here if you want. If I can read it out loud if you want. We'll just rescind the declaration once the motion's over. It's just part of normal business practice.
Okay.
So if you want me to read it, I'll read it.
Is everybody good with waiving the reading of the? We've had opportunity to view it. Okay. This we have to have a motion to adopt it, and then we'll do a roll call.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have a motion to adopt the rescission of the emergency order.
So second.
This will be by roll call. Mr. Cunningham.
Aye.
Mr. Richardson. Aye. Ms. Paul.
Aye.
Chair also aye.
Okay, sir. Number 2 is our VDOT secondary your road suggestions. If you remember correctly, just we had listed in our last board meeting. We want to give you a little time to think through these and talk about them amongst yourselves. And James Schwartz is asking us to go ahead and send him what our next roads are, so they can push their documentation up to the state. And so that's where we're at on these. We can go down the line. It's the total funding for currently available is $243,071. You can see what the order we have in there for the 6-year plan, but you can change those if you so desire. I missed anything, Linda? No. Okay.
What was that amount you said? 240?
243K.
So is this order at the bottom, is that an order? I thought it was just a random. Okay,
Sorry.
okay, just checking.
I should have said the top part is what we've already put
Gotcha.
from an order standpoint. The bottom part is choices.
I will put a plug in for Hickory.
I would put I know it's not in my district, but Hickory, I do know that that the residents there have made numerous
Very
trips
vocal.
and been very, I guess, patient with that for a long time.
Yeah, they've been very patient. It's just pretty short.
Let me understand, the ones at the top are already in the process of being worked on.
No,
And Or is the list like that,
That's the,
what they have planned on to do so far? The bottom list is the ones
are not on the list.
that are not on the list, but they want us to put them on the list.
We've identified those as possible,
Our
possible road, go ahead.
I'm sorry, they'd be recommendations. I said, we still have to have the public hearing and hear from citizens. And, you know, there may be one that pops up that's just, you know, it's critical that really needs to be done or something, but this is the extra. A few years ago, they tried to whittle it down to where the 6-year plan was more realistic because there was just so many roads on it that this, at least this is what I told because it happened for me. But it was just unrealistic that the roads that were on that list would ever be done within the 6-year
Right.
period. And these are some that, from our last meeting last year that.
We've advocated for more funding. I think when I first got here, there was more funding for 6-year road plan, and it's been reduced since over the last 3 or 4 years, I would say. So
I was just curious about the Hines branch. It's in the section has recommended doing 1 mile section, but too narrow. Is that, I mean, it has to be widened as well, and before it can be paved.
So this recommendation comes from VDOT, it looks like to me, right, Linda? Yes, recommended doing 1 mile section to narrow section.
Oh, just narrow section.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that portion, I don't know if you're familiar with Hines Branch Road, the old mini Sexton house that's in that real sharp curve.
Okay.
I think that where all the washboarding units, I think it's pretty well to where it's pretty well wide enough there. It's just.
Where is it?
Off of Carson.
It stretches from Carsonville.
Yeah,
to
Carsonville
Springtown.
right over to Springtown.
Okay.
Goes over the mountain.
Okay.
Rough Patch Mountain too.
Just driving around as the weather's changing.
Drive slow.
Yeah.
That's the.
But anyway, that road, I think the portion that could do, it's where all the bad washboard is going up through there.
I think that Mount Olivet has been mentioned many times as far as in my district, but I've always been, well, the couple times that I've asked, it's too narrow for their equipment. So I don't know how widening that would also be a major. So that one we'll probably have to hold off to. There are other roads, if you don't have to go through Mount Olivet unless you live on it. And there are several houses on it, but there are other ways to go around it. I do get complaints about Greenville Road. I don't know how that looks like. That's a big chunk. But I also think after talking to some of the VDOT guys, some of the major complaints that I get are more for potholes, and they can kind of just patch those from time to time. I guess there is a section that's paved and then a section that's gravel, from what I understand. And I think I'm getting more complaints on the paved section that the pavement's falling apart. Anyway, I would still say for me it'd be Hickory. Crestview, if you pave that one, people are gonna fly. That's our road. It's already dangerous. I almost got killed on it one time, so.
I guess the most impactful that would be in my district there, Maple Ridge, which is there near Riverside Drive at the boat landing. There's a lot of times that road's pretty steep and it washes out into Route 94. I guess that would be actually coming down to 274 now because that's beyond the intersection.
Oh, okay. I know where you are now.
Yeah.
It dead ends, right?
It is at the top. Let's see, how far does it say? 0.25, yeah, I guess it'd be about a quarter mile up there.
So if we put Hickory on there, I understand that, does that mean we have about 106.2 left?
Let's see, Hickory's 137. Did you do the math?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go.
106.2, just want to make sure.
243, 137.
You said 243.7?
240. I'll round it up. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, 106.
Not familiar with Turnip Lane.
Turnip Lane is, down below Higgins' farm. Come out Greenville, and turn on the water wheel.
Oh, yeah?
And then before you get down to go to the river, Turnip Lane is on to the right.
On
Goes
the
up to a
right.
few houses up there. It's goes up the hollow. Yeah, if you're coming from Higgins Farm, it'd be on your right after you get down past, I don't know if you know where the butchers live, Kyle Butcher and all that.
Only roads I think I go out are all to the left.
I can get you around, Grayson.
Somebody's drilling a few miles.
I have noticed Maple Ridge washing out in 273.
274.
274.
Just to get it
You'd be a little short.
a little short.
If you want to do Hickory or Maple and then Hickory, just a little short. Just put a little bit of money towards another big project, or you could try to tackle one of the other, or Lane or Fraser.
Yeah, Walnut Lane, it washes out into Route 94 sometimes too. That's down near the dam.
Okay, so are you thinking we'll go Hickory first, Maple Ridge Lane second, and we're gonna look for third? Did you say Walnut or Fraser?
I don't know if y'all, I'm not trying to hold up there.
Fraser and Turnip are like right there at each other.
Fraser's off of Fraser Road. It's a little spur that in behind Mount Pisgah Church.
Mm-hmm.
After you get out there in the curve at Blood Vault Church.
Yep.
And then the first portion of it's in the city of Galax, and then after you go out there a little ways, it goes into ground and goes into the county.
Just looking at the map, I would think we should probably put Fraser and Turnip to be done the same year. The equipment would, it looks to me like they literally connect, unless Helene changed some of that.
Actually, Fraser's off of Freeze Road. And
Yeah.
then,
There's Freeze Road,
Waterville.
and
Yeah.
that's Waterville, and
To
there's
get
Turnip.
Yeah.
It looks like they
Have to go
connect
across them.
unless that's a little
Maybe.
nothing road.
Oh yeah, that's cow pastures.
That's a cow pasture. Why have I never been
That, if you do Fraser, Turnip, and Hickory, that puts you 277, which is right above allocation.
What happens with what's left over, Steve, like if you did two, you have not enough to go down the road, but what,
They add it to the next year.
oh, okay.
Yeah, next year they'll take what your allocation is plus say 30,000 or something. Okay, yeah.
It's gone a lot, you know, with the rates. It's very far.
Got it. It's up, paving. So, road maintenance. Road. And as you can see, the initial funding year already out to 2030. That's what I thought.
We just gonna do a recommendation or?
I'd say you are on the vote on it.
Vote?
That may want that for record.
So we're looking at Hickory, and then what was the second? Just to clarify, so we make the motion to. Now, we don't have to put no money in, this is just recommending the VDOT to do these roads. As they come to it. Okay. You got Hickory and then Frazier and Turner.
What's that? Turners. It's not that much traffic on it, just a few houses.
I've not heard really much out of those two. I've heard some out of Greenville, but that's a big.
If I remember right, there's a house at the end of Frazier, and then there's some trailers down the right, going down. So there'd probably be more residents on Frazier than there would be. Would affect more people, so.
So are we looking at Hickory and Maple Ridge? Is that what you guys are? It would leave us with about 19,000. Did you mention Walnut Lane?
I did, I just kind of telling where it's at, it's another one that's, that does wash out into Route 94 sometimes. It's a pretty steep grade coming off of 94, it's down near the Daniel.
Any residents?
It's been a long time since I can't remember. Ernie Fuller coming in Oklahoma when. Of course, I found out there's a lot of places been built since I was in the sheriff's office, so about 12 years. Something like that, so.
Some of those bungalows popping up all over the place. Oh, I know where that is. That's before Darlene Elliott's place. Yeah, it does wash out the road.
Yeah.
That one would fit the budget. Leave us a little bit left. Leave 14,400.
But these roads will be at least 6 years out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to keep all this straight, so
Yeah, they'd be put at the end of the list.
put it in the list.
2031.
It might sign $1 or $2 or something before. Chair, entertain a motion then, if we may have it. We can squeeze all we can out of it.
So I would move to add Hickory Lane in the Old Town District and Walnut Lane in the Providence District to the 6-year plan.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? If not, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Chair also aye.
Okay, can we get it up or is it a problem?
It's up.
You have slides as well, we'll put it up on the board. All right, this is our first budget session for, our 27 budget. We'll hit strategies and goals, and this shouldn't be too painful yet, but kind of give you a broad overview of what we're looking at. Miss Nikki, start us off.
Okay, next slide. All right, this is a list of strategies and goals that we have been utilizing for the past couple of years, and it continues to be a strategy and a goal. We also are looking for any kind of goals that you all may have collectively as a group. So priority number 1, we're gonna continue with the 911 and broadband project, trying to connect the western end of the county. Believing it should finish up in 2027. So this will be great. Strategic planning for the future of emergency medical services in Grayson County. That's been a topic of a discussion for some time. Trying to plan for the future and what direction that needs to go in. Trying to figure out a utilization for Baywood School. As you know, that's been vacant for some time. And also focus on economic development to get people employed in the county. Next slide.
Can I pause you one second?
Oh, cool, yeah, go jump in.
Are there other goals that we're talking about this that you have for us that you want us to think through or try to develop? You don't have to answer. It always can be added, but if you had something you want us to discuss or think through now, we certainly have an opportunity to do that.
It's a good place to start.
You guys are the future.
Again, we've got several budget sessions. Of course, this is a living document that can be changed, updated, moved. And so you don't have to answer now, you don't have to think about it. Hey, as you're thinking, say you came in the other day and we had some discussions for a while, we can tackle. We can add them now and discuss them later, or we don't have to. Just want to give you an opportunity. Okay.
Next one.
Mark's coming in.
There he is. Oh my goodness. What'd you do? He's, you had it done.
Huh?
How is it?
You want me to roll it to you, Mark?
That'd be good.
I need to exercise.
You need to put it up, you need to elevate it.
Maybe not for a while.
Okay, you just let me know if you do.
We'll make a wheelchair out of it, we'll roll you around wherever you want to go.
I wouldn't go nowhere.
We have a minute to rest. And this should be a really kind of a quick meeting.
We just finished the rustic road. We just started.
Okay, we're on 2027. We're talking about revenue. Lynn, if you could just give
Okay, this is about a 50,000 foot view of our revenues for Grayson County for the next fiscal year in comparison to what the estimates are for 2026. The major category of revenue for us, this is broken down by category, is of course general property taxes, which includes real estate, personal property, PSCs, and we are estimating a slight increase of about $173,000. The estimate from 26 was 15.2 million, going up to 15.4. And that's based off a 95% collection rate. Other local taxes, which includes your sales tax, your transient occupancy tax, your meals tax, that is $2.1 million estimate in 2026. It's about the same in 27. It's going down where I'm estimating a little bit of a decrease to 38,000. Permits, fees, and licenses, and I'm just going over some ideas of the revenue in these categories, not all inclusive, but you've got your animal licenses, your zoning permits, your building permits in this category. We're estimating a slight decrease of $4,200, not a significant revenue source for Grayson County. Fines and forfeitures, also a slight decrease just based on current collection rates, a small decrease of $500. Revenue from the use of money and property, that is your interest and your dividends and any kind of rent on property that we have. One of the big sources of the revenue from the use of money was the bonds on the broadband project, and we will use them. We've used a significant amount of them already, and that balance will continue to decrease. So there is a decrease projected of $260,000 for next year. Charges for services is the next category. This is your tax, your trash fee, recycling, parks and rec, those kind of services that the county provides. In 2026, our estimate was $2.4 million. I'm estimating 2.3 in 27, slight decrease of $92,000. Next category is intergovernmental revenue. This is revenue from the state. This is revenue from the casino. This is revenue from the federal government. It's even revenue from the city of Galex. I am estimating a slight increase. I say slight, it's a little bit of a bigger increase of $500,000 from 8.5 million in 26 to 9 million in 27. Miscellaneous revenue, I think we went over in the last meeting. This revenue includes your basically miscellaneous revenue and opioid revenue from the opioid settlement. 721,000 estimate in 2026, estimate of 708,000 in 27, a decrease of $12,000. So our revenues in totality, in 2026, 29.9 million. Estimate for 2027 is 30.2 million. So your overall increase in revenue is projected at $265,000. So pretty level going into the budget season. Any questions?
Is the treasurer's office still following through on some of the property foreclosures and stuff?
Yes.
We anticipate much action that.
Oh, yeah. In terms of delinquent taxes, because that's basically the line item that would affect, we are doing pretty well in the collection of delinquent taxes. That's what you mean, on the judicial sales?
Yeah.
Okay. And they're also doing the DMV stops on the personal property tax. So if their personal properties are delinquent, you can't renew your title or your registration until you get your taxes paid. And they're utilizing both of those tools. Any other questions?
I know they're familiar. It's a lot to try to think through. Do you need further explanation on those revenues, or feel okay about that?
So is this all the income?
Yes,
So
If it's in parentheses, that means it's that much less
yes.
than like the year before.
projection.
Projection,
Projection. Well, projection.
not concrete.
Well,
No.
property tax, that's, okay, yeah, that's.
So like your intergovernment revenue, she explained it. You have state funding, you have state funding there. We have, casino funding that would come in there. Shared services, she said City of Galax. So, City of Galax pays us for some services related to the courthouse, to Commonwealth Attorney, to the Sheriff's Office, things of that nature. It's this year $450,000, $500,000, something like that. $450,000. So that's intergovernment revenue. That's the term they use.
From the city of Galen.
Yeah. There's certain things they can't, of course, they have their own police department, but there's certain things they do and don't do.
There is city of a second class is what it's called in the state code. And, you know, if you live in the city, you also vote on the constitutional officers in Grayson County. And that's what basically allows us to collect some shared services because they have to use the courthouse.
There's we get a report, and the report lists all the expenditures in there. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're not, you're
All the
right.
expenditures in there, and they have to pay a percentage of those, 16.8%
Based off the population.
based off the population. That's how they try to budget for it. It's really strange because,
They have to pay Carol too. If you are on the Carol side,
Carol side,
they
yeah,
have to pay
Carol too.
Everything on the Grayson side of the city, see, they don't have a court of record. The only courts they have is like traffic court, district court, and general and domestic. So anything that is a felony or serious crimes, they have to come to theirs. Or if the filings and things like that, they all come to Grayson County because that's not a court of record in there. And so they use our courts and facilities.
Revenue from use of money and property, you mentioned the bonds on the broadband project, so how much, is that, the majority of that 260, or how much really? You said it, that's where they fell under, but.
Well, it's also money from our cash account, you know, the cash balance that we have.
That's our
in the
cash
account.
balance?
No, the revenue that the interest that we earn on those accounts is
Yes.
what's in
Okay.
that line item.
The interest.
The interest and dividends that we earn.
We was talking about the charge for services, like, I guess it's like trash fees and stuff like that. Is there,
Why did it
that's
go
a,
down?
yeah,
Why did it
that's
go
a pretty
down?
significant amount, about 92,000. You know why that's been point down like that?
Take a look at it.
Off the same thing, like.
It's gonna take you just a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Just have to look line by line.
That's because I thought the trash fee was
That,
higher, should have been.
well, some numbers will make it go up and some numbers are gonna make it come down. So, let's see.
So that's down now.
Recycling is down a good bit. I can remember that one off the top of my head.
Says in the price of cardboard will affect that as well. What we sell.
Yes, yes.
And is cardboard still the only thing that's recycled in the county?
No, we're recycling aluminum and
But it's the only thing we can ever make any real profit from.
Is cardboard.
It's cardboard.
we also lost independence. For the trash.
How did that happen?
They made a decision to go with waste management instead of
Okay.
using the county.
Really, dealt with them, dealt a lot, a big difference in money, way cheaper.
$1 or $2 a month, I can't remember, $1 or $2, but they lost a large item pickup with that.
Inconvenience.
Because,
And
that would be another big, huge cost if they had that back.
It was $77,000 worth of revenue we lost. The town's easy for us, to be honest with you. I said this to the town. So I'm not saying anything. I said, that's an easy pickup. It's small, everybody's compacted. The challenge for them is going out to up on the mountain, and out to the middle of nowhere. There's where, it's a lot more challenge to pick up trash and cost to pick up trash.
So 55,000 of that 92,000 is Independence.
55.
Yes.
So the town of Independence don't have nothing to do with the Grayson County.
As far as
As
trash.
far as trash.
What are they gonna do for large items?
They don't do it anymore.
So you got the people have to call to dump.
Well, don't pay somebody else.
Or
Take the.
take to neighbors.
Anybody who does that large item.
Generally, what happens is that we used to find is people will take to their neighbor's house. And, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, next. Okay, so this is, the whole point of this meeting today was to discuss the revenue and priorities and goals. Just some things that we would like you to consider moving into the next budget meeting. We had an increase in our composite index, which is causing our required local effort to go up by an estimate of $692,000.
Explain, try to walk you through this just a little bit so you understand. So the state makes this decision. They, every 2 years, they do this thing called a local composite index. Check me on this, right? A local composite index. They push this out and it determines what the state pays for the school and how much the state funds the school and then how much the county's gonna have to fund. And it's called the required local effort. It's mandated. We put this money in. We don't have a choice. And then what happens is the school generally comes and says, we appreciate the required local effort. What else can you give us? We would like more than that because obviously everybody wants more. It's not good or bad, it's just the way it is. This year in December, they changed the composite index for most of Southwest Virginia. I think there's one county that didn't change, but most of them. Ours changed by 1.84%.
Does the DOE do that?
No.
The government, is this from?
Oh,
Well,
is it the DOE that does that?
yes, I think so.
I think so.
It's a very complicated
It's a very convoluted formula and I can't figure it out.
calculation.
And I don't know anybody that's figured it out. And I
Based
think
off assessed values of property, ability to pay, whether you have non-resident people living in your county. It's a very complicated.
I would love to know how they came up with the fact that we could afford $692,000.
I would too. And thinking assessed value, we haven't done assessment yet, so how could we
Right.
get that number from, right?
Right.
So that forced us to come up, as we were starting our budget session, we found out a couple weeks ago that we found out that this changed, and I happened to find out from a peer of mine, have you looked at your, change? And I was like, no, I haven't. So anyway, I said, Nikki, where do I look this up? And she goes, look here. So that's how it was. So anyway, 692,000. So when we were starting our budget, or starting the year, we had not known this yet. And so we've got to figure out now where to come up with $692,000. That's the way that works.
And that just goes into the school.
It goes directly into the school. It comes out of the state budget. The county now has
Has to pick it up
That's right.
to keep it at the same level
That's right.
as last year.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And it's required.
And it's required.
And it's required.
And it's required. What's our total school funding?
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's also an additional, $1.1 million in school debt
Debt
service.
So as a reminder, yeah, go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's about, our contribution is about $9 million.
$9 million a year we're putting into the school system.
So we gonna end up putting almost
About a
10
third.
million.
Yeah, about a third of our budget.
Yeah, so it's 30-ish% of our budget. Sure. Biggest draw.
So we're gonna have to figure out where there's some wasted money going.
we're gonna have to reallocate priorities, I would say.
We're gonna have to figure out how to balance the
We
budget.
gotta balance the budget always.
That's the state requirement,
Yeah.
such a balanced budget, so we're gonna have to, you know, in essence, it's one pie. Is you have to fund all these services from. So if you're having to give a bigger piece of pie to schools, it's gotta come from somebody else's piece of pie, so to speak. Mhm.
We don't have anything final from the Senate or the House yet, right? So could this number change, or is this,
That's it.
Well, it will change, it will be revised all the way up until June, probably.
does it matter if we talk to our delegates and ours?
They
It's
can't
not
change
gonna
the
matter.
deposit index.
We've already, that certainly's been happened already.
Pretty sure their formula's flawed.
It's probably retaliation, to be honest.
And the numbers could vary, I'm sorry, Nikki's right, varies, based on population of kids, how many they project and how many there actually are, things like that. So when we say projection, that's our projection. But this number, that's a real number that we got. The 692 is a real number.
Then the next number, of course, in Grayson, we do a reassessment every 8 years. Six.
Six
I don't know why I keep thinking 8. It feels like forever. But every 6 years. So we are due for a reassessment, and you have to start that process. We'll have to begin it in 27. So the Commissioner of Revenue has worked to try and get some idea of how much that's gonna cost. And she's coming up with about $500,000 for the reassessment.
Can you get her to do it again?
There's only 2 companies now that do the reassessment. One's out of Richmond, one's out of Charlottesville.
That's as tight as we can get it.
We don't know.
Well, we don't know yet, we
Yeah.
haven't gotten the quotes.
But
This is
we're basing the quotes off what Land just had to pay, what Carroll had to pay, what
Okay.
Galex had to pay.
Okay.
$26 a parcel.
So they just did theirs last year.
Land's in the process of doing theirs right now. Galex did theirs last year. Carroll,
Carol did theirs.
I think that's,
Land's probably pretty comparable to us, isn't it?
they don't have that many parcels. Theirs was a total of $128,000.
Carol.
We have about 18,500 parcels, somewhere around that number, and they charge you per parcel. What we talked about, Mary, is trying to figure out a way. It's getting to be so expensive. They used to have an assessor's office here, right? So you could have an assessor's office and do that locally. There's challenges with that. But if we're going to continue to do this with Carroll, Galex, Smith, we're all talking about trying to figure out a way to do this together.
Yeah.
Hire somebody and reduce the cost and keep that money locally, because the 2 big firms are not local. So we're spending our money, it's going somewhere else. So we're trying to figure out a way.
Thank you.
We'll see
Yeah,
what-
let's be
we'll see what we
serious
get
about
done.
that.
But it is a driver. It's $500,000. We have to budget for $500,000 for next year.
And tell me if I'm right or wrong, did the state do the audits, years ago? And then it was shifted to each locality for having to provide auditors themselves? Cause I can remember,
You're talking about a
Auditors.
financial audit? I've never known of the state doing it. The state does send in auditors for, the constitutional, for like the sheriff's department and for,
maybe
for the clerk of court. They do a financial audit for just that department.
well, being my prior life, I guess
That's
that's what I
probably
said.
it, yeah.
Mhm.
So in total, we've got our budget, and then we've got to come up with an extra, almost $1.1 million in this year's budget.
That's correct.
Just because they've done this composite index.
Yeah.
How, I know y'all don't know, but the success of our students, does that go into that composite index as far as test scores and standards of living, standards of learning?
No, it's not a fact.
So it's just a bunch of people sitting in this and say, well, let's just increase.
It's a big calculation. I mean, we can send you a copy, because I mean, they
It
actually
ain't
have
gonna,
a
I can't,
spreadsheet.
it's,
Yeah.
my opinion is politically motivated. I mean, honestly. Because you said all Southwest Virginia went up,
I think all-
except for one. Just remember that.
When does West Virginia's offer end?
we might want to
Oops,
step
did
in,
I say that?
we might want to step into Tennessee because that's the most state.
Yeah.
Any other questions on that?
You want more good news or?
Oh, yeah, give it to us.
Next slide.
Okay.
Okay. Basically, the only directions you really have in local government to balance increasing inflationary costs are raising revenue, decreasing spending. Part of decreasing spending sometimes is decreasing staffing.
So
Unless anyone has a magic way to start printing money, those are the options that we have.
So our thought this year is we're gonna come back to you with how to decrease spending and decrease staffing, to try to balance our budget this fiscal year. And it's really our option in our mind.
Where are you going with raising revenue?
I don't know that we are.
Just raised it, yeah, like 3 months ago.
Smidgen.
I'll take
4
those home.
cents, wasn't it? Wasn't it 4 cents?
Yes, sir.
3 or 4 months ago?
Yes, sir. Well,
Well, it was this time last year.
a year ago, this time last year.
Not a year.
No, I said right in here and they raised the,
Start 20,
it's been this fall.
so we pass a budget, and when we pass a budget, basically by summer, June
June.
June 30th.
June 30th, so we'll get ready to go back to the same time period that we went through that last year.
Now, they don't send out the tickets until about fall.
Fall, yeah. That's fine.
So,
That may be where your gap is, where you've seen it, but yeah.
We'll have to have a good budget by the end of June, and we'll set that maybe, those rates.
So there's a lot of work to do for us.
and one thing just to keep in mind, collection rates in March can be different from what you're collecting. I mean, we've not even started collecting the personal property yet. So it's a really conservative effort in terms of the estimate for personal property in next year's budget, because we've not even billed this year's personal property yet. We don't know what that book looks like yet. So if that book, when the commissioner's office gets it done, is higher, we can look at maybe raising the revenue for the personal property, which will help offset some of this difference.
I have a question about that. Several years ago, they passed the first 10,000 non-taxable on the personal property. Is that still in effect?
PPTRA, it's a Personal Property Tax Relief Act. Yes, it's still in effect. We basically get money from the state to reimburse us for what our collections were at that time when it was passed. I think it was in 2016.
Does the county have any savings or anything like that that's paying any kind of substantial dividends?
Yeah, I mean, yes, that's what that number for the revenue from the use of money is.
Right, but
Mm-hmm,
I understand that, but
okay.
Are you thinking from a solid waste standpoint, is that what you're?
yeah, that's what, yeah. Investments that's put into high yielding accounts.
So you know it's solid waste, how we are playing.
Yes. The treasurer is bound by the state code to invest in certain kind of products because they're elected, they can't. It is invested, I think she's got a significant amount in the Virginia investment pool and some in LGIP. So,
Do you know how much is in there at this point?
I think it varies. Right now, I would guess it's probably around 6 million.
So there's a state account that she can put money into there, the treasurer can put money into.
Next, the reason I was asking that, the next question, can we fall back on that to cover budget shortfall? To pull it out of that account, pay off the debts, and then with a plan of putting it back in the future if revenues change or something, we get government support somewhere, state or federal government support to put, if, we got $30 million to spend, $10 million is going, with the increase in this index, that's a third of the budget going to the school. I'm not in favor of increasing or increasing taxes on anybody. So, but if we've got that money set in our joint, can we pull some out and use it to cover our budget shortfall, the $1 million that we have to come up with, or the 1.1 million with the school, with the school and the assessment coming up next year?
Okay, the way that you do that with government finances, because your budget is revenue minus expenditures.
Right.
And it has to balance to zero,
Right.
right? Not your actual, but your budget itself, okay? So the way you do that in government finances, you basically allocate fund balance, which is kind of like what you're talking about, using your cash balances to fund your operational budget, right? Pull out money out of your cash account
Right.
to balance it. It's not necessarily anything you want to get in the habit of doing because.
Well, I understand that,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
You can, and it's not a good long-term strategy.
right, I understand that too.
And you wanna have, I know there's a bunch of things coming at you, this thing called fund balance. Our auditor said, hey, you're dropping a little bit in your fund balance, and it's various reasons, there's a bunch of various reasons because of that. But you wanna maintain a certain level of fund balance, percentage wise. And we try to maintain that fund balance level in there. It's almost like having, and Nikki explains it, almost like having a car. You may not have all the car paid off, but you got equity in that car in case something happens and you gotta get rid of it or something like that, which is a pretty good analogy, I think.
And the first year I was here, we actually did use fund balance as kind of a budget balancer, so to speak. We didn't end up having to use it because our revenues came in better than we expected, and we didn't spend as much as was estimated. We maybe didn't buy that vehicle that somebody needed or wanted, so we needed, but we put it off for a year. There are some tools in the toolbox to balance the budget. We just have to identify what they are between now and June.
So our gap is, if we do our projected increase in revenue, 265,000. We projected 1.2.
1.1 million with the two numbers that we've got so far, that's what I was looking at.
1.192.
So we're coming up $1 million short if we stick with everything just like it is.
Just checking.
That's why my mind's working.
So let's back up onto that, before we gotta get reassessed. Do we have to go with them two firms, Richmond and Charlottesville, or that's gonna cost $500,000?
I don't know of any other options that we have at this point in time.
We put it out to bid. They'll have to bid on it and we'll get the bids in and we'll obviously pick the
Best,
lowest bid.
lowest price.
So why can't you just raise everybody's like whatever percent and not have it reassessed? Just make everybody's, I don't understand why you have to pay $500,000 to come up with how much.
State
If they
roads.
reassess it, how much is it gonna come up?
State requires this.
State requires it. Another.
And it has to be by state, with an author within the state too, right? Yeah. We can't go to Tennessee, we can't go to North Carolina, we can't go to.
Well, anyone can bid on it. I mean,
But do
anyone
they-
out of
does
any
Does
that-
not
state.
have to be in Virginia?
Does not have to be
They
in
just,
Virginia?
I guess it'd just be somebody that they would be on a
It's accredited.
vetted list or whatever.
Accredited.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone can bid on it.
Yeah.
And if it's a low bid and they've got the qualifications to
Well,
assess.
see, the reason I'm thinking that, we're closer to North Carolina,
Mhm.
Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia than we are Richmond. So why can't we get a firm, if we have, if we don't figure out something else, we can't get a firm out of state that don't have to travel so far to do the assessments.
I'm with you. Let's talk to Ash and Allegheny and
Ash,
Surrey and.
Surrey and all, Tennessee, what is it, Johnson?
I mean, if code doesn't say we have to have a Virginia,
We put it out for bid, like Nikki says. and
but you probably only put it out for bid for Virginia. How do you put it out for
Just
bid?
like when we put out a bid for a project here, like the last project we did out here by the school, it was a company out of North Carolina. That did their out. Yeah.
We get bids from North Carolina.
Yeah, we get quite a few. From
Who's in North Carolina for this?
Oh, I guess that's
them.
right.
We can make sure we push it in that direction and see if they have the software and the accreditation and all the things that it's gonna take.
Does the commissioner do that, or do you have to do that?
We work with
We'll put out, yeah, what's that?
I said we'll work with the commissioner's office to get it out.
We'll put out the.
It'd be worth it. I mean, it sounds like we need to save everything we can. I don't know how it works in these areas, but in a lot of other things, I find much more reasonable prices in North Carolina with services.
And I try to be a little bit more relaxed during these budget sessions, so everybody has, if you've got questions,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, don't worry about firing them. I mean, we're not in okay.
I don't think I have that problem.
We're trying to be more restricted during our regular meetings, but yeah, just, I mean, this is a lot to take in. And this is my 11th year and I don't know half of it. Or, I mean, probably don't even know the 10th of it.
It's not true, you know a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true.
And if you have questions after you leave,
Oh,
if it hits you on the way home, feel free to call. I mean, anytime.
Is there as we're planning for our next budget meeting's on 4th.
I would
You're
say,
thinking about your knee.
I was
You're thinking
gonna
about
say,
your
he's
knee.
probably in too much pain to worry about your cell phone walking across the aisle.
Our next budget meeting's on 4/2. And we're gonna, we use the term general operational budget. Now, Nikki and I have been having meetings with each director over the last couple of weeks. What they do is they submit a budget to us. We kind of go through it line by line and go, no, yes, maybe,
Yeah.
no.
Well, it depends on who's telling us.
I
And so we scrutinize, every line that comes in there, we scrutinize and we go, no, that's not gonna happen. That's too much of an increase. Give me an explanation for that $500.
We really appreciate
So we go through it all. And then items that we're like, I don't know, and we should talk to the board about that and see how they feel. We'll bring those items out to the board and see what your thoughts are. But if you would like to speak to the sheriff's office, the park, the library, any of those officials, we will bring them up here and allow them to present their budget to you, and you can go through their budgets as well. Sometimes there's specific areas of concern, and the board wants to do that. That's kind of your decision. Otherwise, we'll be the heads of it and we'll go, here's what we know about all these, and here's the cuts we made, and yeah, kind of how it works.
When do they have to have that meeting?
Oh,
They're all-
yeah.
We already are.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it
They're all
was
in,
before this meeting.
yeah. They're all in except for two. We met with everybody but two.
Two more meetings this week, this
Anthony.
next week.
Antonina and
But their budgets are in.
Vicky.
We-
So the other ones are, we've got the majority of them.
We have them, we just haven't met with them.
We'll flag things that I think are, or Nikki thinks are outliers. Like, hey, how do you have a $1,000 increase in this line item? Or whatever it is.
So you talked to the superintendent of school and he ain't got no place to cut no budget.
I don't have any control. We don't have any control.
over the school budget. It's just, they get a third of whatever it is, the percentage of our income they get. And he gets to,
Or not.
well, and he gets to spend it any way he wants. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if we decide that we wanna give the schools an extra so much, then we can tell him how he can spend it.
This is used for.
The terms above RLE.
Mhm.
RLE is required local effort. Above RLE is what he's talking about.
What we can control, so.
If you say, I want to see this fixed and we're willing to fund this, boom, you can go to that.
Other than the construction project, has he put up any other, new line items that, you know?
I think in here he asked about buses. That's the one thing he asked about, but he hasn't seen anything formal.
He had to replace buses that had like rust, surface rust. Is that state law? I asked him. And is that
I think
real?
that's a decision they generally have. Is that state law? Is that what you're asking?
I mean, that's what he told me.
Oh, I don't know that.
Well, they pretty well get the goodie out of most of those buses. I mean, those guys, they patch and keep them
Patch
going.
another year.
He didn't mention anything besides the project he's wanting to do to me.
He did to me,
Y'all are nicer than me.
What was it?
or to put on another, mechanic at the county garage,
The one that they lost.
An extra.
an extra one.
He said that like the bus garage, they serve several of the sheriff's department, everybody except the trash place. That's good. So,
It's trash place do it themselves.
so they don't outsource it, they do it all there.
That's what, yeah,
We don't have.
We pay them.
We pay this.
To do that.
Yeah, when they do oil change inspection, they got a fee schedule. We cut a check for that. So, yeah.
It's not
For
free.
Yeah,
It's not
it comes
free.
out of, whatever department's budget, where it's DSS, sheriff's office. It's like they went to a garage. Now, I know years ago, prior to having the bus garage, that the sheriff's office would get their vehicles worked on
in time, so that,
somewhere in the county. They don't have to, but generally, at that time, it was cheaper to do it in the county. We'll take them here and there.
We don't go tell them there. Yeah, inspections. Then I'm looking at you working for all oil changes, basic things. Alan's shop. Do other specs and stuff that we have to do. Make the shop.
And I can tell you it causes friction, because if you use old Fred over here, his garage, and then been taking all his business, all the county cars over there, and you ain't letting old Al up here have any of the business. It gets, people get upset about that.
So is that the buses too? We have to, county, you have to write a check for them to work on the buses?
He pays for that.
Just, cars that's out here and, cars that's trash place
Trash place, they do themselves.
on their own
On
car.
their own. They do everything themselves. Unless they
We
can't.
need to run these cars to the trash place. We're paying them.
Those boys can barely.
I don't know that they don't,
They are
I don't know they have that
hardworking.
kind of capacity, but you only got one person, you only got
Have you
one
been up
person
to the
up
trash
there.
place?
Yeah, no,
You should.
I know a lot of people
Okay.
Any more questions? Anything else?
I'll get it on closed session.
Okay. This time, entertain a motion to go into closed session for discussion related to respective business or industry, or an expansion of any existing business or industry pursuant to 2.2-3711A5 of the Code of Virginia. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair also aye. We're now in closed session.